자, 매주 하나씩 재미난 영상이 올라오는데 이번에는 Po-2인가 봐요. 이게 뭐 완전 저비할 비행기인가 그럴 겁니다. 1랭크짜리. 자, 느리게 가면서 더 멀리 갈 수 있습니다. 영상 맞는 취지는 보니까 이제 만능 성공적인 항공기와 마찬가지로 훈련 항공기 스토리는 엔진에서부터 시작합니다. 그러니까 훈련기 완전 각 국가별 초기 비행기들에 대한 이야기일 것 같은 느낌적인 느낌. 일단 봅시다. 자, Po-2였나? 뭐 그거만 이야기하는 건지 아니면 뭐 이런 초기 비행기.
The story of the U-2, short for Training Aircraft 2, began with its engine. In the 1920s, flight crews of the fledgling Soviet Union were training on outdated planes.
소련의 훈련기에 관한 이야기인가 보네.
Forced the country to buy decommissioned engines from abroad. By July 1926, with the development of the excellent domestic M11 engine, Polikarpov finally had the chance to design a new training aircraft. Drawing from his previous experience, he completed the design in just a few months. Just 2 years later, on January 7th, 1928, the U-2 took its first flight. This was the plane we now recognize, a plywood biplane with a top speed slower than the stall speed of the Bf-109 fighter, yet free from many of the issues usually seen in new designs and ready to show its capabilities.
저속으로 날면 날수록 상대방을 앞으로 보낼 수 있으니까, 그리고 저속에서 머리를 들 수 있으니까, 조작이 가능하니까.
It was so stable that simply releasing the control
아니면
stick was enough to
애초에
recover
전투
from
구간을
an
고속으로
intentional
만나야
spin.
되거든요.
At a time when many aircraft, even trainers, were difficult to handle, the U-2's forgiving nature immediately earned it widespread recognition. For many years, it remained the primary training aircraft of the Soviet Union, training tens of thousands of pilots. At the start of World War II, the U-2 took on an unexpected new role for such a slow and fragile
복역기
flying
타보면
disc.
이제
In the fall
느끼는
of
게 완전
1941,
UFO 같아요. 기동이
Polikarpov and
미쳤어.
other engineers converted it into a light night bomber. The biplane's structure, with its very low wing loading, allowed for a significant increase in takeoff weight, up to nearly 1,400 kilograms, of which 300 could be bombs. Bomb racks and small bomb containers were mounted under the fuselage and lower wing. SHKAS, or DA machine guns, were installed for the gunner, and the pilot received a bomb sight. The U-2's primary mission as a light night bomber was to carry out raids on enemy front lines and rear positions, mostly under cover of darkness. It was the plane flown by the brave women of the Soviet Night Bomber Regiment, famously dubbed the Night Witches by the Germans. The plane's flight characteristics allowed it to approach targets undetected, gliding silently with the engine off and dropping bombs on the smallest visible targets, even a light of a match. However, during the day, its slow speed and light defensive armament made it highly vulnerable not only to enemy fighters but also to small arms fire. This forced pilots to fly extremely low, hugging the terrain. The engine's rattling noise earned the plane its own nickname from the enemy, New
소리도
Machine, or
시끄러웠다.
Sewing Machine.
저런 폭탄으로는 안 터질 것 같은데, 탱크.
In 1944, after Polikarpov's death, the U-2 was officially renamed the Po-2. Despite this, its original name remained in common use and still is
이름을
today.
딴 거네.
Over 30,000 Po-2s were produced over 25 years in 14 different variants,
3만 대가
making it one of the
생산됐다.
most
와우.
mass-produced aircraft in history and the most
가장 많이
produced
생산된
biplane.
항공기 중 하나. 너 가장 많이 생산된 제트기는 알
Thanks
것
to its
같은데.
simplicity and resilience, the
여러분 아세요?
Po-2, the humble
제가 좋아하는
sky
미그
slug,
21.
thrived
아마
despite harsh
가장 많은
operational
바리에이션으로 가장 많이
conditions.
생산됐을걸요.
Although it was outclassed in
그럴
some
것
roles
같습니다.
and its
혹시 뭐
design
제가
was
잘못 알
outdated
수도
before
있는데요.
World War II even
제트기
began,
중에 가장 많이
it remained a
생산된 거는 미그
reliable, easy to fly
21일 것
aircraft
같은 느낌적인
admired
느낌.
by generations of pilots.
탱크는 막 P-5사나 뭐 그런
Polikarpov
계열이 할
himself
거.
made major contributions to Soviet aviation. He was even called the
러시아
king of
물량이잖아.
fighters, as his
요즘에 중국
I-15
물량인데.
I-153 Chaika and I-16 fighters formed the backbone of the USSR's
근데
pre-war
여러분
fighter
이제
fleet.
1차
However, it was the
대전
unassuming Po-2,
하고
the
2차
flying
대전 전기
bookship
그때
that became the
미국이
hero of
지금의
films and
중국
songs.
입장이었어요. 사실
The quiet
유럽 사람들이
hum of
볼
its
때는
simple five-cylinder
못
engine
살고
in the night sky
가난하고
ultimately
근데
left a
공업력이
more
좀 있는
enduring
나라
impression
그러니까
on a
생산 많이 하는
generation
나라 그런
than the
느낌이었어.
roar of more powerful multi-cylinder engines of other more imposing
이 사람들이 이렇게 개념을 가지는 게 참 대단하죠. 정통과 역사를 중시하는 애들 보면 보통 정통과 역사가 부족하더라고. 그렇다고요.